episode 21. We are talking everything Regiments of Renown tonight. So
yeah, I love this mechanic. It helps so much.
I do too,
and
I don't think it's been.
It gets least.
Yes. Yep. I was gonna say it doesn't get talked about enough for as impactful as it could be.
To be fair, like it impacts some a lot,
Yeah.
and then it impacts others not at all.
Yeah. We'll get into it. As far as news and what have you been up to, Cameron? Let's start with you.
I've been preparing for online D&D.
Oh, snap! Non-stop. Lots of work there.
Yep. I think I've been it's a secondary job at this point of how much I've been putting into doing online D&D.
I take it you are DM, right?
Yeah, I decided to do it. I'm having lots of fun with it, but it's a lot of work.
Yeah, and if you
make maps, gotta do all sorts of stuff.
Right. If you want to be a good DM, it does take a lot of work.
Yep, and I'm not even fully done yet. Still got so much more to do. But it's a fun experience.
I don't know about the online thing. That always is sketchy to me because half the point of doing D&D is kind of the aura and experience being in person, right? Like, isn't that? I've never played D&D, so I can't really say much. But
I agree. I think D&D with people is a good experience. However, for a lot of people, it's just not.
It's hard.
Yeah, it's not capable to be able to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm the type of person that does it every single week, and it's hard for people to be able to do it every single week at the same time. And so online just helps.
I mean, we do the campaign every Thursday. We could probably do that.
Yeah, it's fair.
And it would take you do 3 or 4 hours. I mean, we could definitely do a D&D campaign.
Yeah, you know what? Talk to the guys. We do a Thursday D&D for the next few months.
I mean, I don't know if you want to DM too. That'd be insanity. But I mean, I guess you could you could use the one that you're doing now. It's never going to play the same.
That's fair.
Are you just using typical was it 6th edition now or something?
I use Pathfinder 1st edition.
Oh, okay.
Because I like the crunchiness of numbers, and Pathfinder 1st edition just gives so much capability to customize.
Well,
it's absolutely ridiculous how much customization.
Well, I mean, you could take the same thing you're doing now and just that's the cool thing about D&D. You could take the same thing and it will never be the same game.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
But yeah,
all right. If you can convince other people to do it,
I don't know. We'll see. We also have a GT that we have to freaking prepare for too. So there's that too.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. Speaking of which, go sign up. If you haven't already, go sign up. We got how many more days till the raffle? We got
6 more days until the raffle.
6 days before you are no longer entered into the $100 raffle. So if you haven't done so already, go sign up. With this, I'm in the process of creating a new Discord. It's almost done, but I need a little bit of testing still to be done on it, so it should come out soon, but that'll be a cool little feature that we have. But if you have any questions on the Smite GT, just give us a email, and we'll get those questions answered. All right. Let's move on to Art of the Week. This is from Bambi Paints. Go check him on Instagram. Matthew Tyrell Byron? I hope I pronounced that right. If I butchered that, I'm sorry. He paints all kinds of stuff. Very intricate paint jobs, though. He's got a ton of stuff he's painted. I kept scrolling down on his Instagram and it just kept going, and I'm like, wow, this guy's got a lot of stuff he's painted. He does all kinds of stuff, though. So.
I love the Seraphon stuff.
Yeah. Look at that croak. That croak. Is that a croak? That's not croak. That's just slant.
Nope, that's just a normal slan.
Oh, gosh, it looks so good.
Yeah. And I don't know what that middle picture is, but I love the gradient of the red.
It's 40K something, right? Those are
Yeah, it's a Tyranid. I just don't know what.
oh,
I'm
what
not good at
Tyranid?
Tyranid
Yeah,
names.
got it. Yeah, so definitely go check out Matthew Bambi Paints, his Instagram. Some good stuff there. All right, we'll move on. All right, so let's start with Regiments of Renown. I'll just go. I mean, everyone already knows. I would hope by now that everyone knows what Regiments of Renown are.
But just in case.
Yep, just in case, there are now 10 legal matched play compatible unique battalions that you can take. These are all Regiments of Renown. They are tied to the Grand Alliance, so you can't take one and put it in a different Grand Alliance. And they cannot be taken as part of their parent faction. So you can't take, Tzeentch's Coven of Thrynx, or however you pronounce that. You can't put that in Tzeentch. You can only take it in one of the other Grand Alliances. I think there's also, I don't think you can take the Tzeentch one for Blades of Corn. I think there's also some, because you can't take Wizards.
Yeah, because it has a wizard.
Right. So there's also some little special circumstances there, but for the most part, you can put these in any Grand Alliance. If you do so, you are unable to take any other allies. So keep that in mind. Some of these are not are under 400 points. So if you do take them, you can't take anything else. And then lastly, they are all considered their own battalion, and they are all unified, so they are their own one drop, which is nice because it gives when you take these, you're not increasing your drops significantly.
Yep, just a mercenary group, and it's just one more drop.
Yep.
So it's pretty helpful.
Oh, Erica, I don't know if you're still here, but I love the Dino dance. That's great. It's great. It's very fitting. All right. So that's Regiments of Renown. So let's get into them. Camaron, we're going to go through each one of these. And
right.
When we do this, we'll see who benefits the most from these. All right. Elthwin's Thorns. This is the Sylvaneth one. You get an Arch Revenant and 5 Gossamet Archers.
Mm-hmm.
I put in the points savings. So if you were to take them just by themselves, it would be 330 points. But if you take the Regiments of Renown, you're getting a 20-point savings at 310. And
what's their teleport mechanic?
So their cool teleport mechanic, like typically when you do the they have the 3-up redeploy mechanic.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so whenever they shoot, so the Ghost of Archers is whenever they shoot with a shoot like hell, it's on a 2-up, they get to move.
Oh, 2-up. So I'm gonna double check, but I think instead of doing that, now they just pick up.
It's just a teleport.
They teleport and are outside 9 inches of another enemy unit, which is really pretty good. I'm just gonna get this out just so I want to make sure it's in the same phase. Real quick, hold on. Yes, on a 2-up to reach using its Zephyr Sprite's ability. That's the one where they get to redeploy. Instead of retreating, it's retreating, not redeploy. My bad. Sorry, it's the retreating. Yeah. You can remove both units from the battlefield, then immediately set them up again so that the archers are wholly within 3 inches of a terrain feature. The Arch Revenant is wholly within 3 inches of the archer unit, and both are 9 inches away from an enemy unit.
Yeah.
Pretty good. It's pretty good.
And does the Arch Revenant benefit from the Ghossamids? Is that one of those special rules too? Can't remember.
They also get add 1 to wound rolls made by Gossamed archer units.
Yeah, because normally the Arch Revenant only affects the tree revenants.
Yeah.
Not tree revenants. Kurnoth hunters. There you go.
Nope. This affects the Gossamids as well.
Yeah. So pretty much what this is this is 310 points for a pretty good screen.
Yes.
They're not like the tankiest people, but as long as your opponent doesn't have shooting to be able to pretty much affect them too well, it is a pretty good screen with high-end possibility for mortals and range. So like any army that doesn't have a good range option will great or a great way to give out mortal wounds will greatly benefit from this.
And they're now that they teleport, these guys are going to be annoying to say the least.
They teleport. They also fly. They have a 12-inch movement, if I remember correctly. Like, they're speedy.
So let's go through the Grand Alliance order factions and see who benefits from these. So I've listed them all down here. So let's start with Doc. Does Daughters of Cain benefit from these? They do.
Would you rather take 5 of them? Would you rather take this or 10 bow archers for slightly more points?
Oof. See, the problem with Doc is they don't have a whole lot of movement shenanigans.
Yeah,
so
like
these can teleport.
Well, they do have movement shenanigans, but their movement shenanigans aren't good in like melee or
Correct.
They don't do damage. They're just
right.
They're just movement shenanigans.
I don't know. What would you take them in Daughters of Cain? Do you think they're worth the 310 points? You're not
for Daughters of Cain.
You're not gonna ally anything else in with Daughters of Cain, so you don't have to worry about that. I don't know.
Like they don't. It's weird because does Daughter of Cain need a good screen?
Probably not.
Yeah.
You probably won't see this in Daughters, if I had to guess.
No. I could see this in Fire Slayers because Fire Slayers doesn't have a good range output.
Absolutely.
As well as they don't have a good movement output.
Yep.
I don't see this in IDK because they're
they're already super fast as well.
They're super fast. They already have range. The only thing this gives them is mortal wounds, and that's it.
KO, you're not gonna see them in KO. They literally there's no benefit that they give that KO.
KO is going to laugh and then shoot.
Nope, not gonna.
Lumineth
You're not gonna see them in Lumineth. They already got enough shooting.
Yeah.
You're not gonna
kangaroos
sack 310 points for these guys. You're just gonna put more stuff in your army.
They're also not going to be in Seraphon.
Nope, not going to be in Seraphon. Storm?
There's too many ways.
That's probably...
I can see them in Stormcast.
I don't think so, though. There's better ways to teleport better things, and they already have shooting.
So they have good movement and shooting. The problem with Stormcast is they don't really have a good counter, like a counter charge. As well as this is a shooting that can also do mortal wounds. So like with Stormcast, you specialize in shooting, or you specialize in like the guys going forward and then hitting. The best that they have is like the Dracoths and stuff like that. But I think that you could probably put these in there. I'm not going to write it off. I can see them being in there, but
I don't think we're gonna see them in Stormcast. I just don't think for 310 points you're gonna see these guys.
Yeah, it's a tough sell.
Fire Slayers,
they're like
I'm
a
with
medium
you.
one.
I'm totally on board, but I don't think Stormcast is gonna see this. And I don't.
Pretty much the main faction you're going to see this in is Fire Slayers,
Correct.
and that's about it.
So out of all of that, I think Fire Slayers is the one that benefits most from this. So.
Yeah, and you can't put them in.
Correct.
Silver.
You cannot put them silver. Now, when we get to some of the newer regiments, they've got unique heroes in there that I still put the faction in there because I want to go over how that unique unit works in their own faction. So
fair enough.
We'll go through that. All right, cool. So that's Elthwin's Thorns. Really cool. Unfortunately, I think after we've discussed this, I just don't think there's a lot of order factions that are going to benefit from this. So.
Yeah.
But Fire Slayers, I think we'll see this for sure.
Oh, you forgot an order faction.
Cities, but I didn't put cities.
Yeah.
I didn't put cities because they're getting a new book, so we don't know yet.
Fair enough.
So.
Also, right now you could just coalition in all these people.
Right. Right. Next order one is the dwarves, which is funny because we brought up Cities of Sigmar. Does this? So I guess just to start off, I guess we'll start off with what it is. It's a Rune Lord, 10 Iron Drakes, and 10 Longbeards. Base points. This is crazy. Base points is 470, but you get this for 340 points. So,
and there's a good reason you get that savings.
130 point savings. That's crazy. All right. So what do they do? It's not great. and it's very situational, but they get a once per battle, 5-up ward, and they also get 2 models contesting a single objective. But that's only once per battle,
Yeah, it's only once per
which is
battle.
not
It's
not great. I don't. You're just not going to use these for anything.
yeah, like the best thing you have is you have the Iron Drakes, which are good, but you're paying a Ruin Lord and a Longbeard
Right.
tax.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah, I don't.
and I don't even think you can get Curse on the Ruin Lord because he's technically an ally.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, I
So
put in here too is, does this with the new book coming out? Do these guys get shifted in a way? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't.
oh, I hope so because right now it's just not worth taking.
Right. So like, it's weird. It's in a weird spot. I don't know when the City of Sigmar book comes out. Maybe we're still a ways away from that, but it's gonna be weird how this. If they're just gonna like decommission this Regiments of Renown, I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna work, but
It's really funny, but I can actually see this unit being taken in one faction.
let me see if I can guess.
And I was like, yeah, go ahead and guess
So
what faction.
Daughters of Cain's gonna no, not for 340 points. Firestarters no. IDK no. KO no. I don't know. The only one that I can see is Daughters of Cain maybe.
It is Daughters of Cain.
And that's only because they don't have a lot of bodies. But then you have which
They don't have bodies, as well as Daughters of Cain has the ability to be able to rally on a 4-up. And all of their shooting isn't amazing, but it does mortal wounds. So those Iron Drakes can sit on a point, be 10 models, and shoot at a decent range.
Yeah, once per battle though. That's the biggest downside. It's just
oh yeah, like
let me put
it's not the greatest,
let
but
me put you in a world where this goes up for the Registers of Renown. This goes up 100, or let's say it goes up 100 points. Okay. So now you're at 440
points.
But now instead of a once per battle, you just get it.
You know, I think I would definitely use it for Daughters of Cain.
Right. If you just got it and it went up 100 points, would this still be viable and not be broken? And I think the answer is yes.
Yeah, because they're not the best units.
Right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. The fact that this is once per battle is such a bummer, man. Such a big bummer. This is probably, out of all 10 of these, this is probably the worst one, I think. So.
Is it really 470 points for all those models?
Yeah. I think so. I think I did it right.
No, I think you did it wrong.
Maybe I did it wrong. Is it 370? Maybe I missed it by 100 points.
Yeah, it's 370.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. I must have fat fingered this or something. So it's 30 points. I was like 130 point savings is insane to me.
You saved 30 points.
Okay, but still, I'm still not taking this. It's not good.
Yeah,
it's not good.
Agreed.
I'm sorry. This was a miss, Games Workshop. This was a miss. All right, let's move on. This is one of the new ones. I can't pronounce his name. Fjori's Flamebearers.
Fjori's.
That's how I'm saying it. All the new ones are really expensive Regiments of Renown, so keep that in mind. So what you're going to get with this is you're going to get the new hero, Grimhold Exile. You're going to get 5 Auric Hearthguard. You're going to get 5 Hearthguard Berserkers, and you're going to get 10 Volkite Berserkers. That's a ton of Berserkers and Hearthguard units. Base is 580. You get this for 540, so it's a 40-point savings. And this one is the anti-monster regiment, basically. So let me go to this one.
It still suffers from regiments aren't like... It's weird to put regiments in things because your base faction, you don't gain benefits from your base faction.
Correct.
However, at the same time, being able to put Hearthguard Berserkers into most other factions is so good.
So good. They're so good. Like, they're so good on their own. Like, their War Scroll on their own is super good, right? So,
like, I'm thinking right here, Daughters of Cain with that 4-up rally. Like, those Hearthguard Berserkers are never going to die. Those that's 20 wounds with Volkite Berserkers. Like you have so many wounds, and they're tanky enough to be able to just survive.
So let's go over what they get, right? So they're going to get the enemy monsters within 3 inches of any units in this Regiments of Renown cannot contest objectives.
There's so many.
Pretty good. And then the last thing is units in this.
Throw that at a Giants player, and you're just going to win.
Yeah, I mean, that being said, they are killable, but this is going to really deter a turn or two, right? Like
that's 21 models with over 40 wounds from 4 different units.
Yeah, I mean,
some of those units have a 4-up reward.
Yeah. Not wrong. You're not wrong. Units in this regiment cannot be picked for monstrous rampages, so that's also really, really good.
Oh, no stomp, no roar.
So and then since this is a new one, and the Grimhold Exile, you know more about this guy than I do. The Grimhold Exile can go into Fire Slayers, obviously without this regiment, but from what I remember, he's really good.
Oh, absolutely good. If I was a Fire Slayers
player,
I would for sure be playing this.
While this unit is within 3 inches of another friendly unit that has 3 or more models, this unit has a 4-up ward. And he's going to get that in the regiment, too. It's so good. And then he's got 2 once per battle abilities, which, I'm never sold on these once per battles, but they're decent.
They're so good in a Fire Slayer's army. They're so good.
So once per battle, when you pick this unit to fight, instead of piling in and attacking with it, you can say that it will unleash the Lodge Fire. If you do so, pick 1 enemy unit within 1 inch of this unit, and roll a number of dice equal to the wounds characteristic of that unit. For each 4-up, that unit suffers a mortal ward. A 4-up.
Oh man, King Broad, you're looking tasty right now.
Oh my goodness, 40 dice on a 4-up. Yeah, it's.
Yeah, or even just think of like a zombie dragon. That's possibly 8 mortal wounds straight off the bat.
On a 3, probably going to be on a 2-up save somehow, right? Yeah. Now you just don't even care.
Yeah, it's just those big tanky monsters that have 20 plus, or like 16 to 20 plus wounds. You have it.
But the best one,
and
that's not even his best ability. His best ability is the wholly within 6 inches, run and still charge for all units within wholly within 6.
Oh man, all these slow Fire Slayers, especially in the Fire Slayer army, where they get all of these bonuses to run and movement and all that.
Yeah, you get it's so.
You can now do an Alpha Strike list with Fire Slayers.
That's just crazy.
Which is horrifying.
So 100%, we're gonna see this dude in Fire Slayers.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So, and he is 140 points.
He's so cheap
for his
6 wounds, and I believe that there's a sub faction that increases their wounds. It's going to be a 4-up save. He's going to be a 4-up ward.
And he's not bad in combat. He's okay for a little foot hero. He's pretty good.
5 attacks at 3-up, 3-up, -2 damage. I think that's Vampire Lord damage. The Vampire Foot
No, Vampire Lord little foot guy. He's -1 damage.
Oh yeah, no, he's 2 damage, but he has a -1 right.
This is -2. The other thing too is he's not unique, so you can take multiples of these dudes. We're gonna see this guy a lot probably in Fire Slayers.
Oh yes, you are.
But let's go back to the regiment and let's see if there's any other order factions that would take this regiment. Would Doc take this?
Yes.
I agree.
A good melee.
Yes, I agree. Would IDK take this?
That one's iffy. Like they're.
I think IDK
it goes against their playstyle.
Fast.
Yeah, it goes against their playstyle of how they work.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll see this in IDK. Plus, like in IDK, your points are precious, so. KO. Yeah, we'll definitely see this in KO. I think.
Yeah, I could see this in KO. It'll be very weird to see it, but I could definitely see it.
They are great foot troops for KO, like, and against like monsters too. Like, I think we'll see him KO. Illuminath, I don't know.
I could see this in Illuminath.
Okay.
Their melee troops, like, they don't deal that much damage.
Yeah.
And then you're going to throw Hearthguard Berserkers, and then you're just going to be able to kill so much stuff.
Yeah. All right.
Like,
Well, we'll say Lumineth. What about Seraphon?
I can,
Only reason I say no on Seraphon is their points are super precious.
yeah,
Are you gonna
this is very
540
expensive.
points for this?
That's a croak and
Right.
some.
Like I don't see we're seeing this in Seraphon just because they don't really need it either. Honestly, they're not playing that playstyle. So, what about
Yeah.
Stormcast? 540 points.
I think yes, just because they're the same speed as Stormcast,
Sure.
if not faster,
And then more wounds.
and more wounds, and they'll probably do more damage.
I agree. I think Stormcast doesn't play super well into monsters, so they could benefit a little bit from this. Yeah, I'd see him in Stormcast. And then last we have Sylvaneth.
I can see it, just because Sylvaneth doesn't have the they have burst damage, but they don't have like extremely high damage.
I know, but
But 540 points is a lot of
for
points.
Sylvaneth. Like your points are super precious in Sylvaneth. So I don't think we're seeing this in Sylvaneth. I just don't think they have I don't think they can spare the points for it.
I think it's possible, but you're not going to see it.
I think some of these though you can definitely see them in there. Like I like a lot of these other ones that we said. Like I can see it. I want to try a KO list with these guys.
Oh yeah, KO on them just to have a melee front line.
All right, so that is it. That's it for the Order Regiments of Renown. So let's move on to Chaos. So we'll start with the Tzeentch one. Oh, this one's so bad. Okay, you know what? I lied. This one might be the worst. Okay, well, no. I think the other one's still worse. This has one good aspect for this. So let's get into what this one is. So you're going to get a Magister. You're going to get 10 pinks. And you're going to get all 3 Tzeentch endless spells.
Yes.
So we're gonna get through the little rules thing here in a second. But for base, at first when you look at this, you're like, solid. This is pretty good.
100% solid.
Magister, 10 pinks, and all endless spells, solid. This is great. However, there's a trick to this. You're gonna get 400 base. This is a 320 point, so you get 80 point savings, but it's very deceiving. You would think like 260 points are for pinks right now. So, but we'll get into it in a second. So what this does, before the battle, you get to cast one of the endless spells just like Tzeentch would, which is pretty good. Not gonna lie,
I think that's like the only selling point that this has.
That is literally the only selling point. Then, if you slay any pinks at the end of any phase, you can swap the endless spells and they do their little effects. It's a lot like what Tzeentch already gets to do. However, this is where we get to, this is real bad. The pinks are unable to use split again. So that's unfortunate. That just flat out sucks.
Yeah. They become a chaff unit to a I'm going to slightly punish you for killing me.
Yeah, it's like it's just so odd to me that you can't split again with these. I don't.
I could see why.
I mean, I can see
the split again feature is so powerful.
Too. Maybe they didn't do. Maybe they don't use pinks and they do something else for this Regiments of Renown. I don't know. Anyway, the other rules question too. Endless.
I can tell you why they didn't. They didn't want to sell 20 blues and then 20 grays in a single box.
I mean, fair. They would make money off of it if it was good.
Yeah, but I don't think anybody wants to. Actually, you know what? I lie. I think someone would buy the regiment box if it included 10 pings, 20 grays.
For real. You're not wrong. So, and then also the endless spells count all towards your total. So when you take this, you can't take any more endless spells. You're maxed. But they don't.
Yeah, that's the sad part.
Yeah, but they don't, especially with endless spells being good right now. But they don't. You don't have to have a wizard for each on the spell, so they get rid of that. So you can literally just take this and be fine. But this is bad. This is
Like the spells are okay, but they're not.
But that's the only thing you're getting out of it.
Amazing.
Those pinks are just gonna die, and they don't even do what their real purpose is, right? They're just gonna die, and then they're gone. Like pinks by themselves are not good. Like they're just not.
If you want to do a tricky endless spellcasting thing, go ahead. But that's all you're getting for this is 320.
Yeah, and you can't ally anything in. And most of the chaos stuff, there's a lot of allies that you can sub in. So let's go through this quick. Beast of Chaos, not taking this.
Just ally in something else.
Blades of Corn can't take this. Zinch can't take this. Hedonist of Slanesh.
You have your own endless spells you want to cast.
Yep. Okay. Fair enough. Yep. Nurgle
is the only one I can think of doing this, and that's a maybe.
I'm trying to think. Would I want to use those endless spells?
Because you can, the endless spell can create chaos spawn, which can give you
yes,
it can give you some benefit early on, but
I mean, for 320 points in Nurgle, I could see it.
Exactly. Like, I can see it. I don't think it.
Skaven, nope. You're gonna want to take your other endless spells if you do, right? Yeah. And Slaves of Darkness.
Just ally in everything individually.
Exactly. Yep.
Well,
so
why would you do that when you could just take normal things?
Right. Yep. Yeah, this one's a miss. This one's a miss for me. That's unfortunate too. If the points went up to like 450, and they gave the pink split again,
I think it would be way overpowered.
You think so? You think it would still be overpowered?
I think it would be overpowered.
Maybe you're right. I don't know. 450
like,
points?
Just the idea of doing that in, like, Slanesh.
Okay, let me ask this. At what point value do you think it's valid where the pinks get to split again? Are we at in, like, the 550 range?
I prefer not to think about pink splitting at all, actually.
Okay, well, we're just gonna leave it on that note. All right, moving on.
Reduce it another 20 points, and then we can start negotiating.
Okay, great. Hargax's Pit Beast, the Slave to Darkness one. You get a Ogroid Myrmidon, you get a Fomoroid Crusher, and you get a Mind Stealer Sphinx.
I like it. I love these models.
I do too.
They're very cool individually.
It is a 40-point savings.
I just don't see you.
It's okay. They get a once per phase all-out attack, all-out defense for free, and then they get a 3-up strike glass.
It's not horrid.
No, it's not.
It's
3-up
just...
strike glass is pretty good.
I can see you doing it. It's just
where this suffers is it's in the Chaos Grand Alliance, and you can't take any other allies. That's where this suffers. Do you take these 3 over any other allies?
Like, all the armies that I can think of is like, all right, I think I can use a Mind Stealer Sphinx, but I don't think I need an Ogroid for that. Or it's like, no matter what army you go into, like, 1 or 2 of these models is going to be useless, and the other one is going to be good.
Yeah. All right, so let's just go through them. Beast of Chaos. Strike Lab. They already have a bunch of strikes for strike stuff, so I don't think they need it.
I'd rather take Minotaurs.
Sure. Blaze of Corn. No. You already have hard hitting. I mean, the strike lab. No, because you have ways to strike first. I don't think you need it.
Oh yeah, you do have ways to strike
So
first. Yeah, there's no reason.
Disciples of Zinch.
Maybe just because they don't have too good melee hitters.
You're not playing Zinch that way though.
Exactly. If you're playing melee Zinch, you're not doing it right.
Slanesh.
Maybe.
I mean, the strike class is good. That would be good in there.
They lack super hard hitters. So
you've played.
I wouldn't say these guys are super hard hitters though.
You've played Slanesh for a while. Would you ally anything else in other than a 260 point strike blast? All out defense, all out attack free. God, you don't need the free all out attack, all out defense though. You have so many command points.
Yeah, like there's all the bonuses. You can just make an army
I
to
don't
be able
think
to get
Slanesh
those
gets use
bonuses.
out of this either. Maybe Nurgle.
I can probably see
Like
him
this would be
Nurgle just
if you got the
because,
strike last on something that had a bunch of Blight Kings, that would be pretty beneficial.
and like they're units that have rend and stuff like
True.
that. Like
True. Okay, I'll give Nurgle. It's you're winning again in this.
Nurgle's a maybe.
Skaven. You know,
Anti-monster, and that's about it.
I could
Like strike last, maybe.
I could see it in Skaven. It's 260 points.
I give it a 50-50.
All right, we'll leave it in there. Slaves of Darkness. You can't take it in Slaves of Darkness.
Yep. Okay.
All right. So that's the Hargax's Pippies.
They're awesome models. They're all like the unique models of Slaves of Darkness. Yeah. It's just they don't really benefit themselves, or like there's no synergy anywhere.
It's weird that they put these 3 models for this, right? Like Slaves of Darkness has so many models that you could use.
They wanted all the Warcry models in one place.
Yeah, I guess. It's just weird. This one's weird to me. All right. Let's move on. Let's go to this one. This one's been getting a ton of traction. Phulgoth Shudderhood. So you're going to get the brand new War Scroll for the Harbinger of Decay, which is so much better than the previous one. You're going to get 5 Blight Kings and 1 Blight Lord, which is pretty... Oh, is it 1 Blight Lord? Why does the picture show 2? I think it's 1 Blight Lord, right?
I don't know.
Double check.
So the Blight Lords are...
Oh, no, it's 2. It's 2. You get 2 of them.
Yeah.
My bad. Oops, sorry. You get 2 of them. So I'll change that. Yeah, this is really good. Okay, so here's my question, though.
False propaganda.
This is weird to me, though, because... And maybe I'm doing the points wrong, but this is 560 base points. But it's more for the regiments of renown. You have a 40...
I could totally see
it's
it.
30 points, not 40. I can't do math. Why is that?
Because you're gaining a 5-up. You're gaining a unit that has all the rules of Nurgle with a 5-up ward and heals naturally, and gains the -1 to hit for missiles. And Chaos isn't that well known for range attacks.
Okay. All right. While you talk, go through this. I'm gonna go through the rules in this. I'm gonna go put my dogs away because they're being obnoxious.
All right. Yeah. Pretty much what this entire unit is taking the tankiness and the beefiness of Nurgle with all of their massive amounts of wounds and just a capability of healing themselves, and being able to put it on any other list. Where Tzeentch is very squishy, well, now you have something with a bunch of wounds that can deal a bunch of damage. And the Regiment of Renown is so versatile because, yeah, they have Blight Kings, which are slow but tanky, but they also have 2 flying units that are fairly fast comparatively. They have a new cavalry unit that is able to go ahead and benefit. He's a priest, so you're having the ability to deny incantations. It's just a unit that can be able to benefit so many other things.
All right, I'm back.
All right.
So
went through just how amazingly tanky and versatile this entire unit
it's really good. I don't know if we got to the Harbinger rules too, but the Harbinger is real good.
I have not done the Harbinger rules, other than that he is a priest.
He is a priest.
So being able to add a priest to any chaos faction.
Now he doesn't get curse in this, right? If he's taken.
Nope, because he's an ally.
So you can't get the curse.
But you can deny incantations.
Correct, and you can take the new Harbinger in Nurgle is fantastic. Giving curse,
tanky
giving
heals,
curse
5-up
to
ward.
Blight Kings is real scary now. Like it's real scary. Yeah, this is a very tanky. This can probably go in multitudes of chaos factions.
Oh yeah, because it's taking the tankiness and pretty much just the blob that is Nurgle and putting it into, let's see, we have Hedonats Slaanesh. You know, those very squishy army the entire way. Well, guess what? Now they have something to hide behind.
Beasts of Chaos, another good option.
Yep.
Blades of Corn, I don't think you're gonna see them just because 590 points is a lot of points. It's a lot.
Yeah, you'd rather take two. You'd rather take two big games.
And I don't think you're gonna see this in Tzeentch as well for the same reason. Like, you can't afford 590 points in that army.
No.
Slaanesh, I think you'll see Nurgle. You'll see the new Harbinger, obviously.
Oh yeah, the Harbinger being able to just get a priest.
God, curse.
Hey, you have a priest.
Good. I might be running Nurgle. Now that all of her stuff is painted, I might be.
Also, he's not slow because he's on a cavalry.
Well, and you can also give him the overwhelming stench and the 4-up ward that you would typically take for the afflictions, but now you can put it on.
Oh,
this guy.
You can give it to him now. Oh gosh, he's so hard to kill.
Yeah, it's gonna be fantastic. It's I'm definitely thinking about some Maggotkin lists for sure.
He's gonna be so hard to kill, and then once you fail to kill him, he's just gonna curse you.
Yep.
And then you die.
And he's not one of those ones that can now just like he sits in the back. Like, you want him up forward. So like
he's tanky enough.
Right. And so I think this is real good. He does have a downside. He has a mount. So he does not benefit from any of the shenanigans. But still good.
Yeah.
Skaven and Slaves of Darkness. I can see it in Skaven.
Yeah, because they don't have any tanks.
They have 0 tanks. I mean, I guess.
I don't think you'll see it in Slaves of Darkness.
Yeah, no. With Chaos Warriors, nah. They're tanky, but they aren't Chaos Warriors.
They'll just take Chosen or a Priest or Cavalry.
They have so many options. Yeah, I think we've got the good list here. This is probably one of the most.
Yeah, you'll probably see this the most out of all of the regiments.
You're going to see this one the most. All right, let's go move on. Man, the fact that you get 2 Blight Lords for that too, that's crazy. It's so good. All right, so we're moving on to Death. This one is hilarious. This is just a hilarious one. I don't know how much we're going to see this, but it's hilarious. So this is Veremord Shamblers. You get...
It's a corpse cart and 20 zombies, and that is it.
The unfortunate part, the corpse cart is with the Balefire, which is bad. Just real bad.
That's the -1 to enemy casting, right?
Not the one you want. But you get 20 zombies, which are still decent. 200 base, 190 points for the Renown, so you get a 10-point savings. The corpse cart becomes a hero. And then you get a 5-up, 6-up board. So I think it's a 5-up on the corpse cart, 6-up on the zombies. And
so hey, zombies have a 6-up board.
Yep. And then the really good part of this is -1 to enemy ward rolls, which is really good.
Like, that can come into handy.
Yeah.
Quite a bit.
Now, if this was I don't know. Let's say this went up 40 points, so we're at like 230. Okay, which is a lot, right?
All right.
But instead of doing corpse cart with a balefire, you do the other corpse cart, and it works for all the wizards.
I think you just put it up 10 points and then you make that.
Because I think the corpse cart with the other one, I think it specifies
Soul Blight.
So if you did that, if you changed it and made it for all wizards.
You know what I would want? All right. All right. So first off, I think that this is going to be used, but more as a meme than anything else.
Okay.
This is just a wall that you put somewhere, and they're like, "Hey, it's 190 points. I didn't lose much."
Okay, so let's go through it. Right. So, Flesh Eater Quartz.
I
don't think you're seeing it in Flesh Eaters.
No, because I can just. For 190 points, I could just take a Ghoul Lord and just summon it.
For real. And then not only that, but with the new Crypt Ghouls, oh my god, dude. Crypt Ghouls at 80 points are scary.
So
really scary. So I do not think we'll see it in Flesh Eater Quartz. Night Haunt.
Night Haunt. Maybe.
I could see it. 190 points. I could see
it.
this in Nighthaunt. They could afford 190
It's just there
points.
it's just there to stay
Yeah,
on an objective and then make it even easier. Like just hold your opponent there for one turn and then you go in there with ghosts.
Sure, I could see it.
Right,
OBR, no,
OBR.
absolutely no. That's going to be a no for me, dog.
No, you don't think so?
They can't afford any points. They cannot.
No,
Like they are
OBR is way too
so
expensive.
expensive. So, and then you can't.
You mean the one thing that OBR can actually bring in, they're not going to take?
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I know, right? That is unfortunate. Yeah, so Nighthaunt. I think Nighthaunt maybe sees this. We'll see.
I want OBR to take it, but they're not
Yeah,
going to
it's
take
too
it.
expensive. All right, let's go through the Flesh Eater Courts. And then this is all you, Cameron, because this is these guys pretty well. So you get a Marrow Scroll Herald, which is the new little hero dude. You get 20 Crypt Ghouls, fantastic. You get 3 Crypt Horrors, and you get 3 Crypt Flayers. That's pretty amazing. Yeah, go for it.
If you're using their current scrolls right now, it is not worth it. If you're using the new scrolls,
it's good. It's real good.
I don't know.
You don't think so?
I still don't think it's that worth it for 460 points.
It is expensive. It's 460 points.
Like it's a lot. All you're getting is just a lot of bodies that will most likely not do a lot of damage.
So here's
you don't get any of the healing.
Well,
that's like the Flesh Eater Court's main thing.
I don't understand why they did this. So what you get for this is you get run in charge on this battalion, which sure, that's fantastic. That's great.
Okay.
But then they also specify you get a 6-up ward. This is going in a death army. Everyone has a 6-up ward. Why is this?
Well,
this.
So what it is that if you go into like Soul Blight,
you lose the ward because of the faction.
Yeah, they're not Soul Blight, so they don't get 6-up. This makes it so that they will always.
Yeah, I guess. Sure. I'm glad that they thought about that. Because that could have been ugly. So, yeah, that's cool they thought about that.
So, what I think this needs to wait for their new book to come out and then change their points. Because I think this is using their current points, which I don't think they're worth.
What would you pay for it? Hello, Nevermore.
The problem is crit flares are way too expensive. They're like 180 points, and I think they need to be worth like maybe 150 at max. Like they're just way too up there. Crypt Horrors, they lost their rerolls with their new War Scrolls.
Typical.
And unless their book gives them something else, their new book gives them something to replace that, they're not worth it.
Okay. So you're going way down.
But Crypt Ghouls, I think might go up to 90 to 100 points.
Oh, they're so not.
They got
80 points.
Yeah, they got better.
So cheap.
They got a little bit better.
They're scary. Like they'll still die in droves, but they hit like a truck now.
All right, and the Marrow Scroll Herald. All right, I absolutely love the lore on him. He's probably some of my favorite lore out of all of the new stuff that's come out. He is absolutely hilarious. He's not worth his point value.
It's okay. So let's go through the factions then. So obviously you can't take the battalion in Flesh Eater Courts, but are you going to see the Marrow Scroll Herald in Flesh Eater Courts?
As of right now, no.
Okay.
In the new book, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, I mean we still don't know what the new book's going to hold, so yeah.
The problem is the Marrow Scroll Herald benefits from giving your opponent the choice of things, which is never a good thing.
Sure.
He's pretty expensive when it comes down to you can use those points for just getting better stuff in Flesh Eater Courts. And he doesn't have the healing capability that all other courtiers have.
Got it. Okay. All right, so Nighthaunt. What about Nighthaunt?
Maybe.
Yeah, no.
I want to say
460 points is expensive, but if there's anyone that can, I can tell you right now, OBR's not taking this. 100%.
I want OBR to take it though.
They just can't. They have no army.
Yeah. I could see Nighthaunt taking it, just because it's a lot of bodies, and it's a different ways of doing damage for
Okay.
them. There's good maneuverability with the new War Scrolls, but that's about
Okay, and then what about Soul Blight?
it.
I mean, I'm
Would you rather take this, or would you rather take 80 zombies and a corpse guard?
80 zombies in a corpse cart.
All right,
Yeah.
there you go.
Sorry, I'd rather take that. Or like what else for
Yeah.
460 points? Isn't that a zombie lord?
That's a zombie dragon right there.
So yeah.
And I'll tell you what, that zombie dragon's going to win out against all of that.
It's okay. I still think the Crypt Ghouls are definitely hitting below their point value. They're strong.
Crypt ghouls are good, and they're especially with the new points, especially with their new ability, but they're still not good.
Yeah. I think with Horfrost in the meta.
Oh, 100%.
They're pretty scary. These little tiny doofuses. All right.
Yep. 30 crit ghouls running at you with a -3 rend is kind of horrifying.
It's pretty funny.
You're going to kill it, and then you're just going to laugh and be like, ha ha ha, and then like 20 of them will come back to life.
Run in charge. All right.
Yeah.
Let's move on. All right, so we'll go to destruction. So, oh boy, destruction. I think destruction wins out on a lot of this stuff, but we'll get into it.
Oh, 100%.
All right, so this is the Big Grikk's Kruleshots. You're gonna get this is hilarious. You get a Beast Skewer Killbow, 3 Bolt Boys, and another 3 Bolt Boys.
Perfect.
Yes,
amazing.
amazing.
Chef's kiss.
290 points, so you get a 30-point savings. The Beast Skewer becomes a hero. And
Yep.
then you get the typical Cruel Boys 6s to hit, do mortal wounds.
What's this +1 to attacks?
I will read it. I think it's if it's within the range of them, they get +1 to attacks. But I'll double check that. Okay, so the +1 attacks. Okay, so where is it? Okay, if any wounds or mortal wounds caused by a shooting attack made by this Regiment of Renown's Beast Killer Killbow are allocated to an enemy monster and not negated, you can pick any number of other models in this Regiment of Renown and say that they are focusing fire. If you do so until the end of the phase, add 1 to the attacks characteristic of missile weapons used by those models, but all their attacks must target the monster. So this is like
God, that's so good.
Pelting the monster. You're just pelting the monster.
Oh, so Cruel Boys. The one thing that I always heard everybody complain about was Bolt Boys, of all things. And now you could just take Bolt Boys and a monster killing Bolt Boy for only 290 points.
Yep.
It's so and what is that? They're pretty much better than what they were because that +1 to attacks.
The Beast Killer has to deal damage to it, so that's the key thing there. But if it does do it, you can pick all of the Bolt Boys to get +1 attacks, which is pretty incredible.
It's so good for how cheap
290
it is.
points for a crazy shooting regiment. And get this is fantastic in pretty much every destruction faction. Orcs
It really is.
can't take it. They obviously can't take it. So because
that is not true, sir.
oh, can they?
Only Cruel Boys can't take it. Iron Jaws can take it.
And
and you know what the best thing about that is?
You could take Iron Jaws, Bone Splitters, and Big Wah, right?
Yes.
Oof, that's spicy.
And you know what the best thing about that is if you take them in Iron Jaws or Bone Splitters, you can still complete the Cruel Boys only battle tactics.
That's okay. Yeah.
And it's even easier to do because now there's only 3 Cruel Boys in the army.
Yeah, that is pretty funny. Gloomspite gets absolutely you can see this because there's no shooting Gloomspite gets, so that's a good shooting.
Oh yeah, good shooting that does decent damage and mortal wounds.
Dude, I almost want to build a list with this. Like this one battalion, this one Regiments of Renown gives me so many ideas for lists that I could take for all of these. How about this with a spider heavy list? Might be okay.
I think the only one you won't see it in is maybe ogres, just because they have that freaking cannon.
Yeah, and then also you have the Iron Blasters, as well as the monster trucks have the stupid bird. and it already does so
Yeah,
much damage.
they're just so good.
And then
Like it's still not a no, you'll never
how
see
about
it.
the one they
but-
benefit most from?
Oh, you mean Sons of
Oh
Behemoth?
my gosh, the day.
Oh, what's that? There's now 3 giants and 3 giants, a little mini giant, and
you can
now
shoot
the
from far
giants
away.
have artillery.
Like, oh my goodness, that's pretty amazing.
They get rid of like their one weakness.
Right. I definitely think you're gonna see this. I definitely think you're
100%.
gonna see this. This is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. They took the best unit, Cruel Boys, and just said, "All right, yeah, we'll do it."
Yep.
All right. So that is the Cruel Boys one. The last one that we have is the Bat Squig.
Bat Squigs.
All right. So this is Braggit's Bottle-Snatchaz. I'm gonna get this up because I can't remember all the stuff. I don't. If I remember correctly, he's not great. He's okay.
Yeah, he's okay, is if what I remember.
All right, so this one I don't understand either. Maybe it's because you get the wizard. I don't know. I don't. So it's 600 point base for if you were to take all these, but it's. Oh no, this one is good. I thought it was the other way around. So this is 500 points. So you get 100 point savings with this, which is really good.
This is so
Now
good.
I think you get
like,
so much of that point savings because if you do take this outside of Gloomspite, which you have to, you're not getting the moon, which is a big downside for this because you don't get the run and charge, which is really needed for those Squigger and Squig Hoppers.
Yes, but you get deep strike.
You do. You get edge deep strike. It's not your. You got to be 6 inches on the edge, right? So you get that. You get the multiple, and they also have a multiple redeploy, which is fine. It's okay.
Like I think this is so good. Like
Having the Gobblepalooza is pretty good.
like the Gobblepalooza by itself makes this ridiculous.
So.
But all right, so does it say that you have to put the entirety of the regiment into deep strike, or can you keep the Gobblepalooza out and then put everything else in?
Yeah, setting up units in this Regiment of Renown.
Okay. So
yeah, you can set up all these units wholly within. So yeah, you have to take the whole thing.
So pretty much what this is that this is what is so amazing about this. All right, the Rabble Rouser isn't the best person.
He's okay. He's okay.
However, what you can do is, since you can go ahead and put him into the deep strike, his like one ability that's good is that you can choose 3 people within 12 inches once per battle. Choose 3 people within 12 inches, and they just take D3 mortal wounds. And so you can exit out of deep strike and then hit people.
Well, even better than that, if you take Kragnos, his little get going you get is pretty good. It's basically he just picks a friendly monster, and they basically get I think they just get run and charge, right?
Let's see. When a friendly monster is goaded, it can run and still charge.
So you get that. It has some mechanic where if you get close to the Rabble Rouser, it does damage to him or whatever. But you deep strike this guy in the background, and now your Kragnos is now on a run and charge 10 inches, and then a 3d6 charge. So pretty good in that case. Ogres could use it as well for run and charge.
Also, it comes with 2 spellcasters.
Yes. Pretty good.
Because the Gobblepalooza. Yep.
So,
like, there's just so much that it just gives you.
So, factions that benefits from this. Orcs? Yes.
Yeah, I can see Orcs.
Ironjaws is super expensive, and you're losing 500 points off the bat, so could be rough.
I don't think Ironjaws is going to.
But like,
I could see Cruel Boys taking it.
Yeah, Cruel Boys.
Bone Splitters, I can also see taking it.
Yeah. Yeah, Bone Splitters. I could definitely see Bone Splitters taking it.
Let's see. Gits can't take it.
So the question is, you don't take the regiment, but would you take Rabble Rouser? Would you take Braggit for Gloomspite Gits?
I think Rabble Rouser by himself loses a crap ton of usability.
I don't think I'm gonna.
If
I'm not.
you take him outside of the.
I'm not
regiment.
spending 100 points on him probably. So.
Yeah, unless you have a very easy way to like teleport him or
Right.
something like
I
that.
just don't think he's good by himself, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Ogres.
I could potentially see it.
Obviously
good.
not
Mostly
in a
because
monster truck list. I don't think you put him in a monster truck list. Maybe
No,
with
not in a
a
monster
maybe
truck
with
list.
one monster, right?
yeah, but also because you can, one you can do the make them run in charge with one monster. Would you just make that your Frost Lord?
Right.
And then you do mortal wounds in the back. And then you also have 2 spell casts, and then you have a whole bunch of squigs to be able to defend everything, and just a whole bunch of models that can just drop down in the back line.
Okay. Sons of Behemoth, though.
Oh yeah, 100%. You're going to see this.
Absolutely. Like, you lose a giant, sure.
Sorry, wait. Let me rephrase that. You have 4 models. You lose 1 model, and you gain what, 30?
25. Like, yeah, about 30. Like 27, something like that.
Yeah. Okay, so you turn from a 4 model list to a 30 model
now,
list.
500 points. You'd have to.
Oh, also you can make your giants run in charge.
How many? Are you losing 1 giant or 2 giants?
For 500 points, you can lose 1 giant.
Okay. Yeah, if you're only losing 1 giant, I think Sons of Behemoth will take this. I think it's. And now you have wizards. Like.
Yeah. You
All right,
have
so now,
wizards.
so my
you have
question was,
bodies.
and I should know this because I'm a Gits player, but I don't remember if Gobblepalooza specified.
Oh, I'm pretty sure.
I think it does too, but I'm gonna double check.
If it doesn't, then it's broken, and you should change that immediately.
Okay. Oh my god, it's still good though. It's still really good. They get the mesmerize, so they still get that. That's a casting value 6, range of 12. Till you start the next hero phase, they can't receive or they just can't issue or receive commands. Fantastic. Yep. And then, sure, you get the little dance thing that you can do in the poison thing for the squigs that you're already taking. Sure, but yeah, it is 1. It's 1 Glimpse might get. Dang, bummer.
Oh no!
Still, the mesmerize is good. They still get the ward as well, and they're still a wizard, right? So
yeah,
Mystic Shield.
You're benefiting all the way around.
Mystic Shield, please. Like, sure.
Yep, 100% good.
But a giant.
You're gonna see in Sons of Behemoth, and you should see it in Sons of Behemoth.
Man, giants have. I mean, yeah, they don't benefit from any of the mechanics of the season, but man, they've got some cool options to use now.
And now you don't need to waste your artifact on a Arcane Tome anymore.
Yeah, yep. Now you've got a wizard. Oh, it's so good, so good. All right, that's it. Those were the 10 regiments of renown.
Destruction made out like a bandit.
They definitely did. I think probably went destruction and then chaos because I think the Nurgle one's really good.
Okay, yeah. I was trying to think. It's like, what did Chaos get? No, that one battalion.
And then probably the
Order, just because it has 3, and like they're good, but like Death doesn't benefit from.
Yeah, but the only problem that I have with the Order ones is like when we went through like if they would use it, like none of them really benefit.
Fireslayer used them.
Fireslayer's ones is prime. That's the best one they have.
Which is like a lot better than.
Yeah, it's better than the Death
what
ones.
Death had.
Yeah, I think Death lost out here, but you know what? With all the win,
you know what the Flesh Eater Courts one is really good for? Buying so you have knights for your Flesh Eater Courts army.
I agree with you on that. You've already done that. You took that one.
Yeah, I bought 2, and now I have so many ghouls. I don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I know what to do with it. It's called summoning 70 ghouls in one battle.
Which you will do. All right, that's all we got. That was a short and sweet show, but I think this needed a little bit of a highlight. I think the Regiments of Renown, I don't think people are really up to speed on them. I think people are sleeping on them a little bit. Some of them are bad, but some of them are quite good, especially for certain factions. So
I really want to borrow your Sons of Behemoth army now, just so.
Hey, anytime you want to borrow them, we got all of them. So I think we only have 2 or 3 mini dudes. I can't remember.
Yeah, you know how I like to just randomly appear with armies that I don't usually play.
I mean, I'm the same way. I'm absolutely the same way. All right, so that's it. I don't know what we're doing next week. I'm figuring it out. I don't think there's anything coming out soon.
Nah, there hasn't been much coming out for Age of Sigmar like
I know
at
they
all.
just released a new Warcry thing, but
What they did is they released the Warcry things that came from the boxes, the duo box where it comes with terrain,
okay.
and all they did is they just made it single.
Okay, all right.
Which the Flesh Eater Courts one, Warcry, good, beautiful. Buy like 40 of them.
So yeah, we'll figure out what we're gonna do next week. Maybe if we can get Justin in here and we can go over some MCP stuff because I've been playing a little bit of that lately.
I still need to play some MCP.
It's pretty fun, man. It's just me and Erica went to a doubles tournament this last weekend. I guess that's something I didn't even mention at the beginning, but we did awful. But we're also brand new to the game. But it is not forgiving when it comes to dice rolling. So
yeah, that's why.
Yeah, so Erica, she normally rolls super hot with this game, but she rolled like crap this last weekend, and we just got decimated. The MCP is just not forgiving when it comes to dice rolling. So that's the downside of it, but at the same time, if you really like list building, MCP is fantastic because you basically do list building at the beginning of the game. Every game you play, you're going to do list building at the beginning of the game, which is pretty cool. So you're never taking your same army over and over again. So it's pretty cool. But anyway, so maybe we'll try to do that. I'll see what Justin's schedule. We'll try to get some MCP going on, but we'll see if we can get that going on next week. Other than that, if you haven't already, take a look at the new GHB videos we post on YouTube. We did the battle plans. We did just the GHB mechanics. We've done a bunch of stuff. So endless spells. We did it all. So definitely go take a look at that if you haven't already. Other than that, I will talk to you guys next week and have a good rest of the week.
Yeah. Have a good rest of the day.
All right. Talk to you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.